and gentlemen, my name is Sheridan, or Miss Anime, or Miss Media. I still have not decided yet, and welcome to week 6. Yes, 6 of my weekly anime roundup, where I go over what I do like, what I don't like, what I'm watching, etc. The only thing I need to note about this week is that I am not including Platinum End because I'm still waiting for more episodes of the dub to drop. So, other than that, let's just get started. So not a lot really goes on this week. I do like the use of piano music. I like the fact that they use more obscure music, and I like the fact that they use much more adult. They could make up their own, for the show, but no, they choose to use actual pieces, and I think that's really cool. I also like the fact that we get to find out that Tak's father was a music art, but that's pretty much it. I like the idea of the girls, having to entertain this poor woman who she's lost her kid and she wants somebody to keep her company, and it would be easy for them to say, "Oh no, I'm not Maria, I'm not your," but no, they go along with it because it makes her happy and it keeps her company. But that doesn't really have anything to do with the plot, and that's pretty much it. Okay, I do like the idea of this episode. I like the fact that, these girls aren't necessarily Luke is gonna come for the I think her name is Maha, the blue-haired girl, but she kind of has to survive, and I kind of wish the episode had been about how he's not always going to be able to get to everybody, so these girls are going to have to figure out how to survive on their own, and it was really brutal. It was really, I think the episode did a good job displaying the depravity of their situation, but again, the whole point of this show is that Luke is supposed to be killing the hero. We're on episode 6. He hasn't met the hero yet. We haven't even been introduced to that side of the story, which either the story is waffling or that's going to be a last minute thing where we meet the hero at the end of the story, and it really bugs me because that's the whole reason I got into this show. I like the idea of the assassinations. I like the idea of just, killing bad people. I've always liked the idea of killing bad people who deserve it. But I really wish the show would at least introduce the hero and just kind of get to the point already. So, the girl whose name is Sakura gets kidnapped by some kind of scientist. I don't even know who these people are. I don't know how these people have, I think they work for the company, the red-headed one, whose name I escapes me. It's really long and I don't know what it is. But anyway, I think they work for whoever he's working for, and he goes and battles them, and it honestly has nothing really to do with the actual plot. It's something more than what we've been getting, but it literally has nothing to do with the actual plot, and I just wish they'd get to the point already. So, I do kind of find it interesting that the battery girls can, have, I don't know how to put it, basically, they can be defective and they can, basically cause the person, the pilot to become injured. I like that. It adds a little bit more depth and, basically means that the characters are going to have to be more careful. Most of the episode, nothing really happens. That's the only point that really has any impact, where we basically find out, that's how the old city burned down, and basically that we're in an alternate timeline. Those are the only things. Well, the only other thing is the ending. Oh my god, Word Cat is adorable. I love the fact that she just takes their curry buns and just eats all their food. It's so cute. But that's gonna have to be for next episode, because this episode was a tiny bit of exposition and that's it. First of all, this show does not know what a siren is. Like, a siren is not a Digimon who just, who just wants to sing. No, a siren is a creature from mythological legend who basically lures sailors to their deaths by hypnotizing them with her songs. Well, in Elena of Avalor, or she worked on women too, but I don't count that because I found that really stupid. Like, that's not how sirens don't work on women. Sirens are exclusively men. Work exclusively on men. Although I would like to see a show where a siren is a male. That would be cool. But anyway, besides that, the show was basically just whatever Digimon they can come up with. They solve their problem and then they go away. And I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed by that, because I kind of wish we'd have like an actual villain. Like the actual Hypnosis Digimon would have made an interesting villain. Hopefully he comes back, but other than that, this just doesn't interest me anymore. It's sad because the theme song is kind of growing on me, and I hope they do something with it. So on top of the Catboy, and on top of his braided friend who is trying to find out what's going on, and on top of the alien people who can jump into bodies, and on top of the secret organization, and on top of the kid with the glasses who wants to, we now find out that the poofy-haired kid is a robot. Like, I really wish this show would stop dumping exposition on us for like 5 minutes and actually do something with its plot, because it really feels like this show is more interested in all these little expositional vignettes than actually having a plot, and that's really annoying. I had this problem with Index, because Index has a lot of different intertwining plot lines, but at least that show tries to flesh out its characters, and at least those characters have development, and at least there's an overarching plot. This show had literally no plot. It's just a bunch of characters doing their own little thing in their own separate universes, and then they fight robots at the end, and that's it. And it's sad because I really wanted to like this show, but I need it to come together somehow, and I don't think it's going to. So, I'm not entirely crazy about this show. I think it's very boring, but I do like the Archer. I like his personality, and I like the fact that he doesn't want to put up with Will. And it's kind of funny because I honestly don't want to put up with Will either. I find him very bland. I wish this show were about the Archer. Mostly because Ayumu is a great voice actor, and if you've seen him on other roles, you will know that immediately when I saw his name, I was like, ooh, that should be interesting. Other than that, the show is just, nothing's really happened yet, and I hope they do something with it, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. So, I'm really glad they're at least starting to get some inkling of a plot. Like, we're 75 episodes in, and there's really been no plot so far. Like, we've been drip-fed a lot. By this point in most Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, we would have had so much more exposition than this, and it's really frustrating because I at this point, like I said, I'm 75 episodes deep, and I just want to know. I don't actually care about this show. I just want to know what the hell is going on. I like Hugo as a villain. I find him very interesting as a villain, but I'm mostly watching it at this point to actually find out what's going on and to find out, like, who are the bug people and what is their connection to all of this. I don't get this show. Like, now they're battling with, like, it's a weapons battle. I thought this was a show about vampires and I don't understand what this show is trying to do. Like, it feels like one of those shows that is trying to be abstract but really, really, really failing at it. And so you just sit there and think, I don't know what's going on. I know that there's some kind of music competition. I know that, the marks mean something. They're vampire, and that's pretty much it. Like, I want to see what happens, and we're halfway through, so I'm gonna keep sticking it out. But yeah. Other than the fact, like I said, other than the fact that Robin is adorable, I don't dislike it. Unlike a lot of other shows, but I don't like it very much either.